Welcome to Raider Talks Postgame. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. The Raiders get a huge win against the Denver Broncos, 17-13, to keep their playoff hopes alive, and now they control their own destiny. Nick, how'd you feel about that game?
It was a great game. A win's a win. You really hit it. So that we're going to score 17 points. It was going to be a very low-scoring game. Defense came out and played excellent. I don't even think gave up a touchdown. They just came out, played excellent. And when you have a defense that can play that excellent, offense just needs to go out, run the ball, take some time off the clock, and score 17. Today you can't get mad at anything. Maybe just the turnovers a little bit, just being a little careless. But today was a really good team win. We won 17-13, knocked the team that we hate, Denver Broncos, out of the playoff race. And here we go. We're halfway there, Art. We are halfway there.
100%, great game. Raiders win 17-13. And some of the things I want to pinpoint on this game was the defense. The defense played great. They played very good the last 2 weeks. And it gets you really feeling good going to this Colts game, knowing that this defense is playing good and giving your offense a chance to win, even though the offense isn't playing great right now.
Yeah, the defense is sitting there making stops, after, they're getting off the field quick, making their tackles, not making mistakes, and that's what we're going to need. We're going to need someone to really carry this team, and through these past 2 weeks, it's been defense, which is okay, because, and before...
That's what you want. Usually, the team that's in the playoffs, usually they rely on their defense to win a football game, and I hope that we're one of those teams, obviously, that makes the playoffs. It's going to be a tough 2 games, but that can rely on our defense to win games and not just rely on a shootout.
Yeah, no, defense have looked really good these past 2 weeks. Offense still has some things to work on, but hey, when you're winning these ball games and only scoring 17 points and defense is sitting there basically carrying you, and it's a good sign, and our offense is still out there, waiting to come alive.
Yeah, something this Raider team's not used to, winning games like this. In the last couple years, 4 or 5 years, I would say, or even in the Carr era, the Raiders usually have to win shootouts to win a game, or score 28 or more to win a game. But this year, we're starting to get those low-scoring wins. Which is a good thing to see, because we can win any type of ball game, whether it be a shootout if we have to, or this low-scoring game where the offense isn't playing great, or they have a couple fluke turnovers and they can still win a game and not let that affect the whole game and lose.
Yeah, no, we sat there and we basically kept Denver in it, but when it was time to put them away, we put them away. We got the stop, and I think what we did today in that 4-minute offense was just great.
Beautiful.
Line stepped up completely.
Yeah.
Got some holes for Jacobs. Jacobs had one hell of a game, and then I think the play of the day is the last play, the passing play to Moreau.
Yeah.
That was just beautiful and really put the game away. And
he played good. Foster Moreau played really good today.
No, yeah.
And kind of bounced back after I remember his first couple starts or whatever. He was shaky, dropping some passes and all that. But the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's been really good and kind of being the guy that I thought he was going to be. An effective tight end for the Raiders.
Yeah, no, I think maybe he felt it, and hey, we're without Waller. Today we're without Edwards. Surprising. COVID happened, and someone was gonna have to step up today, and he stepped up pretty big, and caught really well, blocked really good, and got open for that big play at the end.
100%. Another thing I want to note is the Raiders' running game, who got going, and you said it a little bit, the offensive line as well. The first half of football, I think the offensive line was just okay. They didn't really play that good in the first half. The running game was not a factor at all. Jacobs wasn't really a factor. But after that fumble, it seemed like the lights switched a little bit. For Jacob especially, and then that offensive line just played great in the second half. And they looked like an elite offensive line that can get anybody going. Rashard was getting holes. Jacobs was getting holes.
Yeah.
Barber was getting holes. They all had places to run, and that's a good thing to see, because throughout this year, early in this year, you see them, they're not able to go nowhere. They're fighting for 1 yard. This time, they're fighting to get that 10 yards, get a first down.
Yeah, no, this game, I think if you're going to look at offensively, it was the offensive line. Jacobs looked like old Jacobs. Got anything that he wanted to. Was running over people. Just looked really good out there. Barber with the touchdown, and he was getting runs really good. And
He's a really effective running back. I'm glad we have him.
And I think, and no knock on Rashard, because I like Rashard. He's been a big part of our team for 3-4 years now and whatever. But when he came in, I think it was 3rd and 2. I was like, man, why are we running with him? You're doing really good with Jacobs, and then you got another power back and Barber.
There's bigger guys.
Yeah, and then and he comes up there and he gets 4 yards.
Yeah, like a big first down.
And I think right there you thought, okay, well, this offensive line wants it. This offensive line is doing really good, and no, it was a big first down.
That's a play that I was thinking about too. Yeah. And when we went out with Rashard on an obvious running down, I was like, "There's no way we're running with him right here."
No, and I was like,
the football or something.
Yeah, no, and I
gave it to him, and he ran strong.
Yeah, no, I had my eyes on Redford right there. Like, okay, we're probably going to play action or we're going to do something, and and then when they handed it off, I was like, oh man, and just that little thing, just that little hole, and he was right there for 4, big 4, and. Big win.
But maybe that was a little bit of the game plan. Maybe put Rashard in. Okay, they're going to pass now, and then it kind of left open hole for Rashard to go in. But otherwise, great run by Rashard and great running by the running backs. If we can get those running backs going the next couple of weeks and the defense playing how they're playing, we're going to be a really dangerous football team because I only expect that our offense, our throwing game, to get going.
Yeah.
Especially getting a guy, Brian Edwards, back next week, hopefully, out because of COVID. We had Mariota out because of COVID, so some of those short 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 1s, and maybe even the end zone play with Barber. Maybe next week you have more of those opportunities. You go with Mariota a little bit, and then Brian Edwards is obviously a big part of our offense, so we're gonna get him back. Hopefully, maybe get Waller back.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, and you kind of saw without Edwards and without Mariota, just the little shorts that we're doing, but I mean it was perfect today. Our running game really tired out Denver's defensive line, and we basically got anything we wanted. And I'm seeing it right here, 40 carries for 160 yards. I mean, I didn't expect that, to be honest with you. I thought we were going to throw all over these dudes. But running game came out well, and I think our running defense even showed up really because
good.
We've been struggling on the running defensively and offensively all year. And today we switched it on and said, hey, we're going to run, and you guys are not going to run all over us. And we only gave up, I think it was 18 yards on 16 carries, which is incredible. And, this is something that you're going to have to build going towards next week because we got a beast in Jonathan Taylor that we got to
100%. Yeah. And, I mean, we faced a good running back, and what was his name, Williams, for the Broncos. And, I mean, he was tough to get down. And that's going to be kind of similar with Jonathan Taylor, but I think Jonathan Taylor's even a little faster.
Yeah.
But he's tough to get down, too. So, for us to win that Colts game, which we'll hit on it more in post-game or pre-game and Rare Talks Thursdays, but you're going to have to game tackle him to get him down, and you're going to have to really key in on him and focus on him.
Yeah.
And that's what we did today.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did today. And, I think we just got to build on this and keep on playing like this defensively. Because, man, it looks like we can stop any running back today, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looks like we're a top defense today. I mean, the Raiders' defense really, really only gave up 6 points, if you look at it that way.
2 field goals.
Yeah, 2 field goals is all they gave up. They didn't give up a touchdown. So that's a really positive thing. And then, I mean, they only really gave up 3. If you look at it, if you look at it in a certain way, they only gave up 3 because one of them was a fumble by Josh Jacobs, which ended up being a field goal. And then the other one was an interception by Carr.
Yeah.
And great play, really great play, made the play. They ended up scoring a touchdown because they got stopped at the 1 yard line, an inch away from the end zone. So that's 10 points right there. So the defense really only gave up 3 if you look at it in that perspective, and that gets you really pumped up for this upcoming game against the Colts. And the Colts have a really pretty good offense, and they have a really good defense as well. But I like how we are playing going into this game.
Yeah, as a defense, when they got to go, 75, 80 yards, we're stopping them. I think we've only given up maybe, a touchdown or 2 this week and last week. So just what we're doing there, we can't give our other teams short fields because, they will capitalize on it. You saw it today with just a 1 yard run and, a couple field goals. But, this defense is playing really, really well.
100%. Only the only bad thing in this game that I will note was Josh Jacobs' fumble. That was just careless with the football, not protecting the ball.
Self-inflicted. He
Self-inflicted.
Himself,
But he came out second half and he definitely redeemed himself. So even though that happened, I'm glad he redeemed himself and kind of looked like old Jacobs form, rookie Jacobs form. And hopefully that gets him going for this Colts game. And again, the Charger game as well, but Colts game first. But by Jacob stepping up, it looked like Barber was stepping up. Rashard was stepping up. It's like they're having a battle between all three of them. Who's going to get the most yards? Who's going to fight for more? And that running back battle is going to be great if they can continue to run well.
Yeah, it was good to see all of our running backs, but I think most importantly, we know who our running back number one is.
Getting 28 going.
And, like you said, just getting 28 going, it felt good knowing that when he was getting the ball, he was making stuff happen.
He still has it. He still has the ability to be shifty. He still has the ability to be quick, read the defenses, and all that.
Yeah, today he had one of his, I'm going to just say probably one of his greatest games as a Raider. Almost 130 yards, 27 carries.
27 carries, 129 yards for Jacobs.
It's good to see him back, and a we've never seen a healthy Jacobs late in the season. So if he was saving himself all season for this, well then hey, go turn into a beast that we know he is, and really carry this offense these next 2 games because I think we're really going to need it.
Yeah, 100%. Derek Carr was 20 for 25, 201 yards with a touchdown and an interception. I thought Carr had a really good day today. Didn't really have the big passes today, but it seemed like the way we game planned, it didn't seem like that type of game. But he had the big passes when necessary, and number one target for him today was Foster Moreau, 4 receptions for 67 yards.
Yeah, he had a really good day. You look, just 1 touchdown, 1 pick, like really good day. But he had a really good day, making some just good throws and really taking that game under control a little bit. And it helps when you got 160 yards in your rushing category. So
yeah, I mean when the rushing is good, it helps out the passing game, helps out DC, and it's one of those games where DC doesn't need to throw for 300 yards for us to win.
Yeah, and it's good looking at his stat. 201, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and then it also looks good going down. You see the rushing yards. You see what our defense did. We don't need DC just to do it all. And everyone, like I said, it was a team win today. It was a group effort. Everyone pitched in, and we really did it. I liked how they got Deshaun Jackson going early.
Yep.
They didn't really throw it deep, and really see him
without
at the
Edwards too.
Really
Deshaun Jackson stepped up, and especially Zay. Zay stepped up, and then Renfro with a great catch, the left pylon there for his only touchdown of the game. That was a really great throw, and maybe even a better catch.
He had 3 catches, but the 3 really great catches.
Big catches.
The one where he bobbled in the air.
Big moments in the game as well.
Yeah, no,
crucial.
And unfortunately, he didn't get his 91 yards, but we'll save that for next week.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think any of these guys will take wins over stats any day, and I think the most important number is that 7 turned into an 8. We're 8-7. We knocked the Broncos off, and playoff hopes are still alive, and we are right there.
One more meaningful game. Another meaningful game. That's what we're playing for. The next meaningful game, and the Browns game was the biggest game of the year. Now the Broncos game was the biggest game of the year, which is today, and now we're looking forward to Sunday where they play the Colts, and that's the biggest game of the year. And each game that goes is probably the biggest game of the last 20 years for the Raiders if they can continue to win.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, how weird it is. We're going to go play in January some meaningful football.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I know we said December, whatever, and we had an okay December, but we got 2 more left in January, hopefully 3.
But it just feels like the ball's rolling a little bit now.
Yeah, no,
it feels like we can get going a little bit.
No, yeah, and the way our defense is playing, and the way our rushing was today, and it just seems like this is our year. We're gonna go shut these people up and surprise the world, and let's do it. We're halfway there. I'm gonna keep on saying it. We're halfway there, Art. We're halfway there. After the Kansas City game, we kept on. Hey, we got 4 games left. We gotta go 4-0. We're halfway there, and now it's on to next week, and next week's gonna be a huge one.
It's gonna be a crazy game. I mean, Indianapolis is a really good football team. They're a team that's won, I believe, about 8 out of their last 10 games, or 9 out of their last 10.
Yeah, because they had a struggle. They struggled in the early
in the season, but they're getting going now. Carson Wentz is getting going in that offense. That defense is obviously great. In the last 3 weeks, they beat teams like Arizona and the Patriots and some of those big name teams. So now this isn't only a big game for us to win, but if we do win, it kind of shows that we are a playoff team.
Yeah, because they're really good. They're really hot right now. Jonathan Taylor is sitting there and getting whatever he wants on the ground, and I think going into Indy, and really showing them what's up and getting a big win would probably put everybody on notice. Like, hey, these guys are for reals, and they got a big win on the road, and and then go into that big Charger game. But we're taking one game at a time. I know their star linebacker Darius Leonard's already out.
Yes.
Being on the COVID list, unvaccinated. So that's one thing that we don't have to worry about, and we're gonna go in next week and hopefully go for that 3-0.
Yeah, and I don't care what people say about these last 2 wins, that we didn't face their starting quarterbacks. When we faced Browns, we faced Mullen instead of Mayfield. When we faced the Broncos, we faced what's his name? Drew Lock instead of Teddy Bridgewater, because we have no Ruggs, we have no head coach, and we lost our supposed top 3 corner. So we have a lot of people gone mentally and physically draining on our team. So I don't want to hear no excuses for these other teams.
Yeah, looking at it, we shouldn't even be in this position right now. This season's been all against us, and now. With COVID and everything, we lose Hobbs last week because they wanted to postpone the game. We lose the day of today. We lose Mariota, we lose Edwards, and it's just like, man, what else can go wrong? And we come out, and no matter what, we just win, baby. We just win. We came out these last 2, and a win's a win. We won.
Play good football.
And now we're gonna have to step it up. We play some high quality opponents these next 2 weeks, but a win's a win, and I don't care how we get it. Like I said, I don't care how we get it. As long as we win, keep our playoff hopes alive, and we're not done.
Yeah, Raiders versus Colts. The next game is going to be huge, and it's playoff implications on the line. I mean, it might be a do or die for the Colts as well because of the way their record is. So it's going to be a playoff atmosphere in Indianapolis. It was a playoff atmosphere in Las Vegas, but if we can somehow beat Indianapolis, which I think we can, and then we go to Vegas, and that's the first playoff game in Vegas, pretty much, on week 18.
Yeah.
And I know you have tickets to the game, and you're going to the game. And if the Raiders do beat the Colts, then I will be at the game. So it'll be a Raider Talks week 18 at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, no, I think no matter what, I'm just excited for that Charger game. But, man, it would be very awesome to go in there and play for a playoff spot, going in and, winning against the Colts, going in that Charger game, we win, coming out of that stadium with a playoff spot.
Yeah, that would be kind of like our first Raider playoff game we've been to in a way.
Our
first do or die Raider game we've been to for sure.
Yeah, no, because, you go to a game and you're just like, okay, yeah, whatever, but that game, it might be winning in.
Yeah, and that game might be flexed to a Saturday night.
Yeah.
If we do beat Indianapolis, so we shall see then.
Yeah, and I think no matter what, it might be just flexed to a Saturday night because they're only doing playoff implications, and just in case something weird does happen with the Colts, I think they would give us that game no matter what because of the Chargers, or just because of, hey, well, Raiders might need this to happen and this to happen and this to happen if they win. So it might be a very good chance that we see it Saturday night, but man, that's going to be a good one. Like you said, that could be a huge game, probably the biggest games that we've ever gone to, and a little taste of the playoffs. A little taste.
A little taste of the playoffs. It'll be a playoff atmosphere, and then after that game, I mean, you go into a wild card game, and you already felt like you got one playoff game under your belt. Yeah, in a way,
you kind of already been there. And like today, like I said, the 4-minute offense. That's kind of like playoffs. You got to, when you get the ball back with under 5, you got to find
first downs.
You got to get first downs and
time off the clock.
Get time off the clock. Waste their timeouts and seal the deal. Which I think we've done that. Defense is playing really great right now, and just a little stepping up on the offense, a little tweaking here and there, and I think we'll be fine. But man, 8 quarters left. 8 quarters left, Art, and it's gonna be some exciting football.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting last couple weeks for the Raiders. Huge win today. Now it's time to go into Indianapolis and get a huge win and hopefully play a meaningful football game in Week 18 against the Chargers. We'll see you guys for Raider Talks Thursdays. And go Raiders.
Go Raiders.